and I keep my hover, which is a consistent theme in this build. So whether or not I get hit directly on the hover or near the hover, I only lose at most one thing that matters. And then I just put this hover here for giggles. I thought it might support the weight of the Mega SMG. I might not have needed it. Could have just padded this with more armor. It's just connected to the outside of the robot.
So, which hover are you discussing there?
I had a T8 hover in the far back,
Okay.
and I honestly don't even know if I needed it or if I should have included it. This was just thrown together.
Okay. So, basically, all your hovers are arranged around your seat in roughly a star pattern. So you've got lateral stability as well as front to back.
I guess, but to be honest, my main focus was actually just the easiest pattern to cluster them so that I could do the T10.1 E-plate business. I wasn't thinking of stability.
Okay.
Stability is when I build the body up around them, I try to have a consistent layering. Otherwise, if I have too much weight, say, in the nose or something, it'll dip. But the initial layout is actually sort of what everything else will bend to afterwards.
Okay.
Anyway, I've paused over this layout so you can just, see what it looks like.
Yeah.
This hover in the center front area, it's connected directly to the pilot seat, and I just don't really care. Because I have plenty of other places I'm connecting to the outside of the bot. It's okay if that gets hit. Alright. There's not much more information to give on this bot other than all of these damage pathways I've been talking about with the hovers. I had to make sure that on the bottom, I made the prisms face in such a way that the bottom wasn't accidentally ruining my plans by connecting. So here I have a hover damage pathway where my prisms were not touching. Alright, there's not much more left in this build that's interesting to talk about, so I'm just going to dismantle it from here, unless you have any questions about it.
I noticed your hovers horizontally are all in the same plane. That they're all the same height level horizontally. Is that significant, or just the way it worked out?
That was just easier to build around at the time. I have done stacked before. I don't know. So for example, my medic here has 6 hovers that are stacked, and it still has T10.1 E-plates to keep damage from reaching into the hovers. This actually has 2 layers of armor everywhere, except in some areas. But
Do the hovers are stacked under over?
yeah, directly
pairs
over
or
each other
something?
in pairs. They're still
3
isolated.
pairs?
Yeah, 3 pairs. They're still isolated, but position-wise, they're right next to each other.
Right. And by isolated, you mean you got the 10.1 APs on them?
And the pathways are not touching.
Got it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tear this apart now. Okay. Now, what kind of hover should I build? So I've been considering if no one has any preference, I was going to build another 2 Mega SMG. I could do a Nano, but I'd like to leave it up to popular vote.
I would like to see a 2 mega.
The 2 Mega SMGs?
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
Two Mega will spawn by me.
Alright. I know that Halt Yip doesn't like them on the side, so, by his request, I will do one in the front and one on top. Like I had before, the one I just took apart. Unless someone wants me to do something else. Alright. Then Halt Yip gets what he wants. So oddly enough, I'm not really going to be thinking about the Mega SMGs right off the bat, outside of a rough estimate of gun placement.
Bronze Johnson likes sides. Don't know if you missed the chat.
Ah. You like sides?
And I can't blame him, to be honest.
Yeah. Halt, do you care if I do sides? Do you care a whole bunch? Alright, so let me explain why he has his request as it is. Oftentimes when someone...
User joined your channel.
Guys, we need one person for Battle Arena. Does anybody want to join?
No, I'm in the middle of my stream, dude.
Alright. Sorry to interrupt, and hello to all your viewers.
No problem.
Alright, continue. Bye-bye.
Okay, Halt doesn't care
User
too
left
much,
your channel.
so I'll do the megas on the side. But the reason he cared was, oftentimes, if you have your Mega SMGs on the side, you'll be tilted one way or the other, and you'll not even be shooting the right target. So you just have to be very active in maintaining the way you're pointing. Alright, well I actually consider side easier to build, or at least easier to protect. So if we do 2 Mega SMGs, I think it's good to have 5 normal SMGs. It's just my preference.
I had 2+6 and then took it down to 2+5 and then 2+4 because I didn't like the extra regular SMGs diluting my initial DPS.
Yeah, it's a compromise. I like having just at least one SMG extra so that I can maintain the DPS longer. So I'm going to go with the 5 for now. So what I'm trying to do...
Interesting, so you're figuring out gun layout before you've even laid a block down.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to figure out gun layout first. I'm not sure how I want the... So I like the top 3. That's easy to deal with. Not sure how I want to do the rest. I could do one directly in the front. That'd be easy. It'll get shot off instantly, though. These 2 sides are probably a good way to do it. We'll find out. I could even put one up high in the back. I'll see what happens. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is figure out how far apart, how wide the bot needs to be. If I'm going to include Mega SMGs. What the hell is that noise? Well, that was weird. Okay. I'm gonna figure out how wide the bot needs to be. So as you can see, right now, the Mega SMGs are not colliding with the normal SMGs on the top, and that's good. If I try to get closer, their hitboxes collide. So this tells me how wide I need to make the robot. And how far forward I put these Mega SMGs, I don't actually know yet. But I know it has to be somewhere on that line. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet with those. Okay. The reason I like to do the gun layout first, by the way, is I like to have them as close together as possible, because then I can make the rest of the bot small with respect to that placement. The idea is you don't want to armor anything you don't need to, so you can more efficiently armor the rest.
Did note particularly with MSMGs that rotating the gun changes the build box.
Oh yes, yeah. So for example, that's as close as I can place this SMG. But if I rotate the Mega SMG, I can get a lot closer. If anyone has any better ideas on gun placement, I'll take it, by the way. I'm just experimenting right now. This is indeed from scratch. Although I think I like what I just came up with.
Might want to raise the rear SMGs by 1 cube, so they fire over the front upper.
I'll see.
Because mostly you're going to be firing straight forward.
And as long as it's close like this, I think they'll be fine. Unless someone's right up on top of me. I'll see. If it becomes inconvenient, I'll probably be able to change that placement later. It won't be crucial. Okay, I'm thinking this is a good start. Oh, I don't have any of those. I do not advocate using tier 7 blocks in D10, I'm just marking things.
Yeah, I do that with, particularly with my megabots, use different color cubes to indicate where different things connect.
So do I.
Yeah. So that's all of my gun mounts. Okay. Now I need to figure out hovers. Looking at these guns in the front, it looks pretty clear. Hover right underneath. Probably not a horrible idea. I'm going to want a few layers of armor in front of the mounting block for this gun on the side, so it's okay to stick the hover out a little more. I don't know, we'll try this and see where it goes. Okay.